Hello, everybody. It's me, TONIK TZW, here in the Tier 3 premium German battleship, the Nassau. Strange that it's not American. But we were flying the Ducky flag on this one, and it is one of those ships. I think it was a reward from one of the Halloween missions, and I don't have the regular skin on it because I've had all the skins turned off for reasons that I might explain a little bit later. But we're running a very high level auto celiacs with a Hipper and Haruna, who were both, I think, at 16.3. But a special mention in this video goes out to Ralph Alger in the Tier 3 Wacky. A lot of people, when I posted the screenshot of the results of this game on Facebook, were like, yeah, look at you going out and clubbing all the new players. This is why people don't hang around in the game. It's because of people like you. Well, no, quite literally, I play a Tier 3 premium ship once or twice a week, if that. And it is basically to go out and get a Tier 3 premium win. And the way I look at it is, if I get a win, I'm helping some of those newer players to get a win. And if I get a defeat, well, that's just my own tough luck, isn't it, really? But it's also teaching the red team that in some cases they shouldn't get too close to a ship like the Nassau, but we aren't going to have it all of our own way. And the reason I give a special mention to Ralph Alger, I'm going to take a guess because his profile says he speaks French, and Alger could perhaps be an abbreviation for Algeria. So perhaps he is French Algeria. I don't know. I forgot to ask him. But I did say that I would send him a link to the video when I put it live, so he may very well drop something in the comments and say, yes, I'm French Algerian, or he might say, no, you've got it completely wrong, I'm just French. But he understands when a battleship that is very low health calls for support, because if you were paying attention at the start, you'll see that I am running will to rebuild on this one. Because I have a high level commander, the will to rebuild range is quite reasonable. You don't get quite as much hit points recovered as you used to. It's up to 20%, which I think in the case of this ship is around 7,000 hit points there around. But I'm running 7.9 kilometers secondaries. And yes, a lot of people say that this is clubbing, but to be honest, a lot of the new players in the game will get into a fight with you because they are fighting to get a win, and they will try their hand at everything. And I am going to get bombed, I am going to get torpedoed, I'm going to get set on fire, but I'm also running, like I said, 7.9 kilometers secondaries. This thing has a really weird turret arrangement, but it has a reasonably fast reload. And these destroyers are going to learn that when I am running not the concealment mod, but the other one, which means that I can detect at 3 kilometers, thank God that torpedo ran out on the side, it means that I can pick them up in their smoke screen. So it's teaching people a little bit of a lesson that you aren't necessarily completely hidden in your smoke screen. And at this point, I'm going to turn straight into this island, because I know there's another destroyer out there on my flank, and I'm expecting torpedoes coming through this gap. But you'll see that the carrier is also dropping on me, and I think he was expecting me to go sailing in and through that gap. While I'm popping shots at this Phoenix, I probably should have switched to armor piercing, because there you go, look, there's the carrier dropping his torpedoes. So I've taught him not necessarily to always do what you think somebody is going to do, because had I sailed through that gap, I would have taken 2 torpedoes and I probably would have been out of the game by now. Excuse me, because I need to mute the mic and clear my throat. Let's get back to this one. Now, this Wacky is on camp with me, with Ralph, and the Bellerophon, I think, knew what was coming when he saw me charging in with the Nassau, certainly when my secondaries started taking chunks out of his teammates. So he has done the sensible thing, and he has turned around, and he is staying out of my secondary range. So if anything, yes, it might be clubbing, but as I've said, it's proving to be very educational for some of the players on Red Team. And this is obviously my main account, and hopefully some of them might have looked at my profile and gone, oh, that guy puts videos out, let's go and have a look at them. Oh, actually, he gives a lot of good advice, and occasionally a little bit of bad advice. But hey, gotta take with the rough with the smooth. But we're just staying on high explosive because we know that there are still destroyers running around here. They don't necessarily have the best concealment at these low tiers. I'm currently working through my tier 3 and tier 4 destroyers on my free-to-play account, and yes, it's a struggle, and you do have to play the game a slightly different way, certainly when you only have very low level commanders and inspirations. Now, I was thinking about pushing towards this carrier, the Bellerophon. I really want to get rid of him. He is going to be a thorn in our side through this entire match. So perhaps I'm not the only experienced player down in tier 3 trying to get a premium win for the week. Our destroyers are going to make some sad mistakes, unfortunately. A couple of Red Team's destroyers, or at least one of them, has already made a mistake. He was the guy that was on my left side, hiding in the smoke screen. But we're going to see if we can do something about this Langley. We've used all of our heals now. We're around, well, just under 50% of our hit points remaining. Our destroyer literally runs all the way up to the Langley to get its torpedoes off. The Langley starts moving and its secondaries are firing that destroyer. And our other destroyer is chasing the Bellerophon round from the rear, trying to torpedo him, and dies for his efforts. Sorry, Ralph, didn't mean to scratch your paint there. Coming through. Or as I say in London, mind the gap. So we're going to stay on this Langley. I have no idea why that destroyer feels that he needs to be so close to the Langley, because he is also spotted by the Bellerophon. And although the Langley goes out of it, that destroyer is going to end up dead very soon too, because when I looked across, I could see that there were sparks coming out of his funnels, which means that his engine is knocked out and he is dead in the water and probably spotted. Because for that battleship to kill him, then he must have been detected. Now, the fact that I'm spotted, eyeball spotted, and the fact that the shell's coming in there means that somebody is shooting at me that I can't see. I'm out of their detectability range. So there is a little tip, but because he's fired his guns just, I can now see him, and he is just in range of my secondaries, and I'm turning to go full salvo on him. It is a Sauro. Now, I know that this thing has very fast reloading torpedoes, and we're going to pop a shot. I possibly should have taken an earlier shot at him, but I imagine that he's going to be firing torpedoes, so we are going to put in a turn. Now, at this stage of the game, you might be thinking, TONIK, you are below 50% hit points, you are on fire, and then there is a destroyer in front of you. Why don't you put the fire out? Well, I just did. Because I can see the torpedoes and slip through them, but the reason I didn't want to put the fire out straight away was because I didn't then want to pick up a flood. But the secondaries are running, the Sauro has got himself spotted, I've got HE going at him, the Iwaki behind me is also pouring on the high explosives. We're coming back into the range of that Bellerophon, and look, the both of us are very low health, but it is 2 ships against 5. It is now 2 ships against 4. We get the kill there. and we're actually going to knock it down to 2 ships against 3 with a close quarters expert and a double strike on that one, expecting more torpedoes broadside to the Bellerophon, and I'm kind of panicking now, but there are the torpedoes. Now, I didn't know what the other 2 ships were. We haven't seen them so far. I'm not going to get through the gap of these torpedoes, so I'm going to take it on the nose, thinking that I might get away with being damage saturated, but we do pick up a flood. We've got 12 seconds, and I do call the Iwaki for help. You'll see that I'm in will to rebuild range. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. We've got the Wyoming there. Now, at this point in the game, I'm thinking, have we won or have we lost? We are well behind on the points. We're around 150 points behind. There is still a destroyer out here, which was last spotted on this side of the map. And the Iwaki has popped a smoke screen, which is good concealment for me because I can't be seen coming through. Now, my will to rebuild does have a small range, and I'm kind of hoping that Ralph here in the Iwaki is going to do me a solid and stay within that range, because you are going to see my hit points disappear, and I'm talking seriously disappear. I won't screenshot it, but you can rewind and keep watching it. There's the destroyer. We're going to turn out to get all of our secondaries onto him. We've already fired HE at the Wyoming. He's clunking us. Has the G101 fired his torpedoes? Yes, he has. There they are. Can we kill him? Yes, we can. We hit him. We pick up a Confederate, and he goes out for kill number 4. But the Wyoming is going to batter us and take us down to 25 hit points. But our secondaries are working on him. We need to kill this guy for the Kraken. We have the caps. Look at that. Bang, he misses me. Do we get a fire? No, he hit the island. Oh, come on, come on, kill him, kill him. There we go, 25 hit points. But that will to rebuild is running and manages to pull us away from the brink of death. And now I'm going to use the destroyer smokescreen to try and stay hidden away, looking at how far away I am from the Iwaki, because I know that I can pull back 7,000 hit points. It's going to be a very, very slow revival, and I'm spotted. Where is he? He's not there. He's there. Oh my god, I've only got half the hit points I need. Bellerophon is firing at me. How is this going to work out for him? Ooh, we get the decks washed. That is RNG doing me an absolute favour. Now, a lot of people were also saying, well, you've got hardly any damage for that Kraken. Yes, but there were a number of destroyers in that game. I can't remember how many of them we accounted for. 1, 2, 3. We accounted for all 4 destroyers in the game. And, you know, they're very, very low hit points, so there wasn't a lot of damage to be had there. The secondaries did most of the work for us, but that is what I was counting on. People getting brave, coming for a battleship kill, and then getting taken apart by the secondaries. So we are now going to play safe. 7,141 is the maximum I can get back with will to rebuild on the Nassau, and I'm just going to try and stick close to this Iwaki and put this great big triangular volcanic island between me and the Bellerophon. Although we were around 150 points down on this one, we've managed to secure 2 capture points. We've managed to bring it down from 2 against 5 to 2 against 1, and so one of us could potentially afford to die if the Bellerophon gets lucky. But I'm going to push myself into this island and get bow into this guy, just in case he comes around the corner, because what we don't want him to do is to come round one flank and have both of us sat there and have him put 2 turrets through one of us, 2 turrets through the other, and take the victory away from us in the last second. So I'm hoping, I didn't look, but I'm hoping that the Wacky was kind of sitting slightly to my right, still behind cover. And I know that I can see across the top of this little island in front of us. There we are. There is the Bellerophon. We've got 3 turrets, 2 turrets at the front there because we want to get nose into this island. Who's going to get the kill? Nobody. We pick up a tiny little bit of damage. We're going to try and put a bit more of an angle on, but look at the spread of those shots. They could be going everywhere, but we do get a high caliber out of it as well. And the secondaries are going on them. But are we going to get a kill before the clock runs down? No, we're not. But what we are going to get is a fireproof and a dreadnought to go along with the high caliber dev strike, the 3 close quarters, the double strike, the Confederate, the Kraken. That's a 10 medal haul from a low tier game. It was only meant to be a quick fun game. I can't remember if I've had 10 medals in the past. I would just throw this on the channel, but I thought you might like a little talk through for some of the newer players out there. And to make it even more interesting, it was my very first game of the day, and the Nassau has now earned the right to hoist the Jolly Roger as one of my Kraken ships. So I've got some high tier games coming, don't worry, plenty of videos, not enough time to do it all, but we'll try and get a stream in as well at some point. As I said, I hope you've enjoyed it. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends about me to come along and help me to hit 1,500 subscribers. And as always, until next time, take care of yourselves and goodbye.